This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and this is going to be a two-part Old Gamers Rant. First part is going to be kind of, I guess you could say, emotional, because I just feel really, really bad about what's going on with, phone's just all up in the microphone. God damn. Anyway, I just feel really bad about the situation. Well, I guess I can't say situation because it's something that's longer than just a brief situation. Just the direction that Nintendo has been going of late. And part of this is sparked by the article I just saw. I try to remember to put it in the description, but it was an article about Nintendo's creator program. If you don't know Nintendo, it has created their own YouTube partnership program to get people to come over and develop content featuring Nintendo games on YouTube, and they'll, it's a revenue sharing system. You get 60%, I believe, and they get 40, or if you do, I forget exactly how it is, but it's another option where it'll be 70-30, I think, as well. I try to remember to grab all the details, put them in the description for those of you who aren't quite familiar with what's going on with that. But as time goes on, they just keep adding new information to this whole situation that makes Nintendo look worse. And one of the things that they just recently talked about was that Nintendo won't partner anyone who publishes anything, who makes videos with anything that features a publisher outside of Nintendo. So you can potentially be, making all Wii U content, but say if you put that Call of Duty, I think, which one was it that came out on the Wii U? Was it Black Ops 2? Whatever Call of Duty came out on the Wii U. If you decide you want to post that, you can't be a part of their partnership program. You have to publish Nintendo games, and on top of that, it has to be specific Nintendo games that they want you to publish, which is even more insane. It's just like another one of those things that makes you wonder, Nintendo, what are you doing now? Real briefly, I never wanted to really go on this topic, but I'll go into it just real quick. As far as Nintendo being iffy about their content, it's understandable, but it's kind of unacceptable, especially in an age where this, YouTube, say what you want about people making money off your videos on YouTube. I do agree that to a point, it's free advertisement. Now, if they wanted to take a small percentage for the ads, or kind of do like Microsoft and say, hey, you can post it, but we might want to use your content, and that's the trade-off for us letting you profit off of this stuff. I know a lot of people don't like that Microsoft thing, but I'm kind of cool with that, as long as they're not taking money out of your pocket. They just are saying, hey, this is our stuff, so if we wanted to add something in the montage, we'll go ahead and do it. It's kind of like a handshake type deal, like you can get the money, but if we need something for an ad, we'll pull it. It's kind of crazy, but I'm not too bad over this with Nintendo. It's kind of like strange. The reason it's strange to me, and the reason why I think I have the most resistance to this, isn't that I'm like waving the flag like we're creators, we should be able to do what we want with our product after we buy it. I do agree with that to a degree, but I think my main thing is, for a company that doesn't market at all, Nintendo barely markets their product. So you would think that what people are doing with their stuff on YouTube, how they're pushing it, how they're promoting it, would be fine with them because they're not spending any money out of pocket like they already aren't to put out the word that, hey, we exist. The Wii U is a thing. It's a good product. It's something that you might want to buy. We have good games for it. Look at us. You know what I mean? So it just weirds me out that they would, want to close off any possible means of exposure when they're not giving the system any exposure themselves, and it just makes me like sad inside as someone who grew up on Nintendo content. I was a Nintendo head. I wasn't into Sega. I loved Nintendo when I was growing up as a kid in the 80s and the early 90s. That was my shit. Nintendo NES and Super NES. Those were my favorite two systems. Those are two of my favorite systems, I should say, of all time. So much great content that I played on there, and Nintendo really pushed it. They pushed the envelope. They let it know, they put it out there. They let people know about it, and people love the brand. And it's just like somehow mid 90s come, and it's like Nintendo forgot what it was that made us love them, and just I don't know. I really don't understand. I mean, I understand like stuff like the GameCube, and I'm gonna have to call this person back real quick, but I understand the GameCube was kind of a failure. I understand that kind of set the ball rolling, the N64 and stuff like that, not going to disc. It kind of set the ball rolling towards Nintendo kind of fading, but they could have done so much. They still can do so much to save themselves. You know what I mean? And it's just weird. It's really weird. I just really don't get what's going on with Nintendo. It troubles me. It's troubling that they seem to want to do so many things to short tail us. Like, they don't want to make good on the promise where they were saying they were going to try to develop better relationships with third parties. They don't want to let people use their content on YouTube. They don't want to seemingly advertise their games like they used to. Market, brand everything. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't understand it. I just wish that they would get their shit together. But there's a whole nother part of this where I'm going to talk about how Nintendo should be crushing everybody like they, kind of did. They didn't necessarily crush Sega completely on their own, but there were things that they did in the 80s and the 90s that made them the juggernaut that they were before, the collapse. And there are things, from that era that they could still do to keep themselves, if not on top, highly competitive, that they're not doing right now. But I'll get into that later. Anyway, you guys hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Megas, and I'm out. Deuces.